Let me ask you a serious question. Every month, millions of dollars enter the Horn of Africa. From London, from Birmingham, from Minneapolis, from Toronto, from Dubai, from Sweden, from Norway, from Australia. Somalis send money, Ethiopians send money, Eritreans send money, Djiboutians send money, Sudanese send money. Money is constantly flowing home. And where does most of it go? Food, rent, school fees, medical bills, weddings, emergencies, and sometimes that one uncle who somehow has a brand new emergency every Friday. Now listen, there is nothing wrong with helping family. Helping your mother is beautiful. Paying school fees is beautiful. Supporting relatives is beautiful. Remittances have saved countless families. But here is the difficult question. After 20 years of sending money home, what have we built? Did we build factories? Did we build farms? Did we build food processing businesses? Did we build construction material plants? Did we create jobs for our young people? Or did the money arrive, get spent, disappear? And then next month, another message arrives. Ask brother. Small emergency, my brother. At this point, the emergency has become a subscription service. I am engineer Abdirahim Mohamed, your construction therapist. And today we are talking about something important. How to turn family money into factories. How to turn remittances into investment. How to move from survival to development. Because the Horn of Africa does not only need money, it needs systems, it needs businesses, it needs factories, it needs jobs, and most importantly, it needs a future where families can earn money. Instead of asking for money every month, let's build smart, let's build honest, and let's stop making Western Union richer than our communities. Part 1. The real problem. The problem is not that we send money. The problem is that most of the money never grows. It solves today's problem, but it rarely builds tomorrow's opportunity. Think about this. Imagine you send $200 every month. That is $2,400 every year. Over 10 years, $24,000. Now imagine 100 people doing exactly the same thing. That becomes $240,000. Now imagine 1,000 people. That becomes $2.4 million. My people, that is not pocket money. That is factory money. That is warehouse money. That is agricultural equipment money. That is construction material money. That is job creation money. The issue is not the amount. The issue is the organization. We send money individually, in small pieces, with no strategy, with no investment structure, with no long-term plan. And because of that, the money disappears faster than tea at a Somali wedding. Hot, fast, and nobody knows who finished it. Part 2. Research before you invest. Before we build anything, we must research. And this is where many people make expensive mistakes. They get excited first, then they do the research later. That is backwards. One cousin says, restaurants make money. Suddenly everybody wants a restaurant. Another uncle says, petrol stations are profitable. Now everybody wants a petrol station. Another friend says, chicken farming is easy. My friend, chickens are not an ATM. You cannot simply feed them and collect money. You need feed. You need water. You need vaccines, you need workers, you need hygiene, you need customers, you need management. This is why research matters. Ask real questions. What products are people buying every day? What products are imported constantly? What could we produce locally? What problem are we solving? Who is the customer? How much can they afford? Can the business survive competition? Can it survive a bad month? Can it survive a power cut? Because business is not built on hope. Business is built on reality, and the reality is this: the Horn of Africa is full of opportunities. Food processing, milk processing, construction blocks, furniture, doors and windows, packaging, cold storage, animal feed, fish processing, water bottling, solar installation, textiles, clothing, construction materials. These are not fantasy businesses. These are things people need every single day. Think about it. Why import products we can manufacture ourselves? Why import doors when we have carpenters? Why import furniture when we have craftsmen? Why import processed food when we have farmers? Sometimes we are sitting on opportunities, but we are looking for miracles. Part 3. Brainstorming the right ideas. Now it is time to brainstorm. No criticism, no arguing, no family politics, no uncle dominating the entire meeting. Just ideas. Ask one simple question. What problem can we solve? Maybe it is a block making factory. Construction is growing across the Horn. People need blocks every day. Maybe it is a furniture workshop. Homes need kitchens. Apartments need wardrobes. Hotels need beds. Offices need desks. Maybe it is food processing. Instead of selling raw products, add value, package them, brand them, sell them. Maybe it is cold storage. Food spoilage is a huge problem. Cold rooms create value. Maybe it is a construction and materials depot. Builders always need supplies. The key is this: do not start with land, start with the problem. Too many people say, my cousin has land. Excellent. But land is not a business plan. Land is only one ingredient. Rice alone is not biryani. You still need the rest of the recipe. Part 4. Choosing the best idea. Now comes the hard part, choosing. And this is where discipline matters. Do not choose the most exciting idea. Choose the most practical idea. Ask, is there demand? Can customers afford it? Can we produce consistently? Can we maintain quality? Can we start small? Can we measure performance? Can we survive setbacks? Can we trust the management? Because business is not social media. You cannot write CEO in your bio and expect profits to appear. Every idea must pass the reality test. Let us take a block factory. Simple question. Who will buy the blocks? How many blocks do builders need? What is the market price? How much does production cost? What machinery is required? How do we test quality? Who manages sales? Who manages stock? Who manages accounts? And perhaps the most important question, who stops the cousin from giving free blocks to his friends? That question alone can save thousands of dollars. Family businesses fail for predictable reasons. Free products, missing records, unclear responsibilities. Nobody knows who owns what. Nobody knows where the money went. Family love is beautiful, but business requires systems. Part 5. Prototype. First, before spending serious money. Test the idea. Start small, very small. If it is furniture, build a few sample products. If it is food processing, produce a small batch. If it is block manufacturing, run a small production test. If it is cold storage, talk to traders first. Prototype, because some ideas look amazing on paper. Then reality arrives, and reality does not care about excitement. A prototype teaches lessons cheaply. Failure during testing is affordable. Failure after building a giant factory is not. This is why engineers test. This is why businesses should test. Never invest, because a WhatsApp group became excited for 3 days. WhatsApp excitement is not market research. Part 6. Test everything. Now test properly. Ask customers, would you buy this? Would you buy it again? What would you improve? What price feels fair? How is the quality? How is the packaging? How is the service? Then test the numbers. What did production cost? What was revenue? What was profit? What was waste? What was lost? What was stolen? Because you must test honesty too. A business can survive mistakes. It cannot survive poor management. Keep records. Every sale, every expense, every delivery, every salary, every stock movement, everything. If you live in the diaspora, do not simply send money and disappear. Request reports, request receipts, request bank statements, request stock reports, request photos, request video updates, request independent checks. Trust is important. Documentation is even better. Because when records disappear, confusion appears. Who took the money? I don't know. Where is the stock? It finished. Where is the profit? The business is struggling. At this point, even the calculator needs counseling. Part 7. Refine and grow. Once something works, improve it. Train staff, upgrade systems, improve quality, improve packaging, improve accounting, improve marketing, improve delivery, then grow, slowly, carefully, with evidence, not emotion. If sales are growing, expand. If quality is consistent, expand. If profits are real, expand. If management is strong, expand. But if the foundation is weak, stop. Fix the problems first. Many businesses fail because growth comes before systems. One successful shop becomes 5 shops. One warehouse becomes 3 warehouses, and suddenly everything collapses. Build systems first. Growth comes second. Even a camel does not become a bus overnight. Part 8. The Diaspora Investment Model. Now let us make this practical. Imagine 20 family members. Each person contributes $50 every month. That creates $1,000 every month. $12,000 every year. $36,000 in 3 years. Now we have something meaningful. Now we have investment capital. But there must be rules, written rules, not verbal promises. You need a written agreement, ownership shares, defined responsibilities, monthly reporting, a business bank account, profit sharing rules, exit rules, reinvestment rules, independent oversight, everything written down. Because families are strongest when expectations are clear. The document protects the money. The document protects the relationships. And most importantly, the document protects the future. Part 9. What not to do. Do not invest because someone pressured you. Do not invest because everyone else is doing it. Do not invest because somebody sounds confident. Confidence is not competence. If somebody says, just send the money, run. If somebody cannot explain the business model, run. If somebody cannot explain the numbers, run. If somebody becomes angry when you ask questions, run faster. Never build a factory without understanding energy costs. Never start farming without understanding water. Never start food production without hygiene controls. Never buy machinery without spare parts access. Never hire people simply because they are relatives. Love your cousin, respect your cousin, invite your cousin to dinner. But if your cousin cannot manage inventory, do not make him operations manager. Give him tea, not the entire company. Part 10. The bigger vision. Now imagine something incredible. 1,000 diaspora families decide to think differently. Not just remittances, investment. One group builds a block factory, another builds a flour mill, another builds a furniture workshop, another builds a cold storage facility, another builds a milk processing plant, another builds a vocational training center. Now something changes. Young people get jobs, families earn salaries, farmers gain customers, builders access better materials, imports reduce, local industries grow, communities become stronger, and slowly, the emergency messages become less frequent because people are earning, not begging, producing, not depending, building, not waiting. That is the vision, not ending family support, transforming family support, helping people become independent, because the strongest help is not always sending money forever. Sometimes the strongest help is creating opportunities that last forever. That is dignity. That is development. That is how remittances become investment. Investment becomes factories. Factories become jobs. And jobs create stronger families. So here is the message. Remittances have saved millions of families, and we should respect that. But now we need the next step. We must move from survival to strategy, from spending to investing, from emotion to systems, from dependency to enterprise. The Horn of Africa does not lack talent. It does not lack land. It does not lack ideas. It does not lack young people. What it lacks is organization. Research before investing. Start small. Prototype first. Test everything. Record everything. Protect the money. Use written agreements. Hire capable people. Grow carefully. Build real businesses. Because money that is spent disappears, but money that is invested can feed generations. I am Engineer Abdirahim Mohamed, your construction therapist. If this video helped you, like, subscribe, and tell me in the comments. If your family created an investment group tomorrow, what would you build first? A factory, a farm, a warehouse, a furniture workshop, a construction material business. Let us build smart, let us build honest, and let us turn family money into factories across the Horn of Africa.